Hello and welcome to a new session of NieR Replicant, where last time I saved this major dude here from a dream and also collect a seal versus. And yeah, that's actually everything I did last time. I mean, it's not everything, but it's the last thing I did last time, and we will just continue doing this. And well, there was also a foreshadowing from my book, or this book here, Weiss, that this is probably too easy to collect a silver versus, which means this probably isn't the end of this. So with that said, let's check the other part of the village, because the only thing we did was talking with the major. So yeah, let's check this out. Check the other part, like talking with this guy here. We have to probably also save her dream, I'm not sure. If that's what we have to do, well, this will take some time, so let's dig into it. But first, let's just try this one here to not collect this because it's full. Villager.
This person must be dreaming too.
So we have to save her, or?
It would appear that way, yes.
Enter the villager stream. Yeah, okay, I guess this episode will just me being in other people's stream.
Can't say I'm very excited to go back there. That dream world sorta creeps me out.
Yeah, it's kind of, surreal. I mean, that's just dreams in general, even the one you had normally.
Perhaps you should spend less time complaining and more time getting on with the mission.
Well, but yeah, okay, now the role are reversed, because most of the time Weiss is the one who complains. But well, whatever.
Yeah.
Let's just do the job, I guess. I breathe air sent with death and resist the urge to laugh, but I know it will sound like the words of a madman. How long have I been in this fresh hell? My box, my prison, is tucked beneath a stairway in the long unused catacomb of some infinite castle. Outside I hear the sound of a funeral dirge that plays without end. Light has no place here, wind is forgotten friend. I pray for death to come, but he forsakes me. Okay, so this guy isn't doing very well. Time passes and eternity slip by in a single tick of a clock. So basically, this is her, right? She's inside the stream and there's actually nothing, basically. Someone knocks on my prison. Anyone there? I hear an unfamiliar voice say, "My savior." I claw at the door of my jail, embedding thick splinters under my wrecked nails. I scream for help, I laugh, I sob. Surely this is a product of my adult mind, surely it cannot be true. Help me, I cry, for the love of all the gods, help me. Impossibly, I hear the sound of a lock being torn out and falling to the door. As the door slowly creaks open, I have just enough time to see a silver-haired boy and a floating that's me! And a floating book before the light pours inside. My eyes, accustomed to blackness, explode with pain and I'm forced to turn away. Yeah, just like me during this whole quarantine time, at home all the time, rarely go outside. I get it. Who are you? I ask, shaking hands covering my face. How have you come to this place? I am Grimoire Weiss. This is nowtfall. Long have we been searching for you. Okay, we don't have to explore the whole story. Yeah, I guess that's good news. Because else it takes too long if I have to do all the puzzles, all the story, like for the major. Now, come, stand. We shall awaken from this nightmare together. The one known as Nowtfall extends his hand and pulls me from the cell. Though my eyes are slow to adjust to freedom, my ears are keen as ever, and they recognize the staccato sounds of heavy rain. I never thought to hear that again, I whisper. Would that this were not such a terrible storm, said Grimoire Weiss. Look at your feet. I force my eyes open and see water pooling around my ankles and lapping at my shins. I mean, even if I open your eyes, you can feel the water on your feet, so I don't know. There is so much of it. Yes, and more comes each moment we delay. If we do not make good our escape, we shall all drown in this castle. We know you are weak, but you are our only hope to survive this place. Time, that long-forgotten friend, made itself known again. I nodded to my head and swore to save my rescuer no matter the cost. The castle catacombs are a maze, twisting upon themselves like the endless entrails of a giant. Okay, maybe this story will take a little bit longer than I thought. Which means probably today I will also do a longer session. I squint down the dim corridors and proceed north. Okay, this is the only choice I have, so proceed north. At the end of the corridor, I find a row of 20 gorgeous canopied beds resting atop a carpet of velvet. All are covered in a thick layer of dust and cobwebs. Searching for the door to the next room, I come across a shapeless mass of grey matter. It has been shoved against the side of the wall, and despite my fever, I think I see the outline of a door just beyond. When I reach out a finger and touch a piece of the mass, it turns to dust and drifts away on the wind. Realization slowly dawns, and I fall to my knees and weep. Corpses. I face a mountain of charred and crumbling corpses. I look from it to the bed and back again until the horror dawns full upon me. Someone has piled these bodies into a tower and sent them ablaze. Whether they were alive or dead, I do not know, and sanity will not permit me to consider the proposition further. I make a sound, whether scream or laughter I cannot be certain. Then my mind grants me merciful blackness, and I find myself opening the door and leaving that most terrible of room. There's a lot of text, huh? I guess now this is a visual novel now. I mean, not a visual novel, a light novel now. Or just a novel in general. I squint down the dim corridor and proceed east. I mean, I proceed north, so it doesn't make sense to go south again, so I guess east. I squint down the dim corridor and go north. I mean, west doesn't make sense because I come to the east. I squint down the corridor and south doesn't make sense. And all the older one, I can just one of them, I don't really know. Let's hit north, I don't know. At the end of the path, the waters rise to my waist, exhausting me both physically and spiritually. I pray that this is the way out. Eventually, I can stand the sight of the water no longer, and so turn my eyes upwards. Imagine my surprise when I see a series of paintings hanging on the faded plaster wall. Each depict a person in the prime of life, clad in clothing of the highest quantity and quality. The styles, however, are strange to me, leading me to believe that these people have lived long, long ago. One subject wears an outfit that particularly catches my eye. It is constructed of a thin, breezy clothes and decorated with a motif of flowers and birds, while encircling the figure's waist is a leather belt of the most perfect construction. It is a stunning costume, even by modern standards. As I gaze at the portrait, I am struck by the desire to touch it with my own hands. Yet, as I extend a single finger to the painting, I am gripped by a most unpleasant feeling. Staring closely at the image, I see it bend and warp into the shape of another finger. Something behind the picture is pointing at me. The music is kind of loud, right? and I can't change the music. So I guess I will just turn it a little bit down on my side, on the system side. I guess this is okay. I turn a little bit down, not too much. Is it another prisoner? A fellow inmate trapped for eternity in this place. I cannot let it pass, and so I seize the portrait with both hands and throw it into the water. The wall is hollow behind the painting, and inside I can just make out a body. Whether or not this is a prisoner, there would be no rescue. The poor soul is long dead. Scraps of clothing lie on the floor around the bones. Only a small amount of the fabric has arrived, but it features the same delicate designs that were depicted in the portrait. I've been admiring a row of corpses blocked from view by a portrait of each victim at their pinnacle. Enough! Shielding my eyes, I paddle forward through the water. I squint down the dim corridor and proceed south. And now I proceed again south, I don't know. And then west. And then south. And then north. The water has risen to my chin and now laps greedily at my mouth and nose. I don't know if there's a correct answer or is it just random, I'm not sure. You dumb bath, shout nowtfall. He surely desired to say more, but the rest of his insult is cut short by the rising water. Grimoire Weiss, wet and tattered, float on the water surface. It is already too late for him. This wasn't how it was supposed to end. Continue. Okay. Okay, which means there is actually a wrong answer, but I mean, is there any clue? Which I have to use? Because obviously this is the wrong thing. So I have to try again.
This person must be.
So let's just skip this.
Yeah.
I mean, I will just skip through the where I was before. So skip all of them because I've read them. Proceed to the north. Find a row of 20 gorgeous beds, blah 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 blah. Open a door, thing, realization, and things like that. And then to the south, and then to the north, and then to the south, and then to the north. Okay, south is then it should be east, and north maybe, and west. I'm actually not sure. At the end of the path, I was just guessing, but I think that's the correct thing because I didn't die. A heavy wooden cask lie on their side in a dark chamber. Doubtless they are filled with wine. My first rose to life. I cannot remember the last time my parched throat had relief. I scramble to the first cask and pull frantically at the cork. The theft of the few cups means nothing. I tell myself the cask will be ruined by the flood regardless. Well, this makes sense, why not? Finally, the cork surrendered to my attack and thick red liquid burst forth from the hole. This is no wine, it is blood still warm from the body. Whether animal or something else, I cannot say. The foul liquid soon mixed with the rising floodwater, creating a warmth that laps against my thighs. I mean, they're just a bottle of wine, but a whole floor of water. So I don't think that a bottle of warm wine will actually make a difference into the temperature of the whole floodwater. But who am I to judge? I'm not a physicist, whatever, you know what I mean. The people who works with physics. And now the music is gone, so it's kind of awkward just hearing my voice without some background music. But I will just go on. While all the gods, are the rest of these casks filled with blood as well? I lack the courage to confirm my suspicion. Disgust quickly becomes fear as I turn to flee, but my weakened legs betray me, sending me toppling over into the red ocean below. The smell of death is everywhere. It threatens to consume me. I must escape this hell. Crawling on all fours like an animal, holding back screams lest any foulness enter my mouth, I lurch forward through the red waters and out of the room of freedom. I squint down the dim corridor and go to the east. The water has risen to my chin and now laps in my mouth and nose. You dumb. Okay, I failed again. Let's try this again. Okay, I didn't. Okay, this is the wrong solution again, which means let's try it again. Like this thing here and go to this guy here or this girl. I actually don't know what you are. I guess you are a girl, I guess. I'm not sure. Let's skip this here and we have already seen this. Yeah, you're in a prison and such and that. Yeah, time passed, blah blah. You hear my voice. Then there's a maze you have to go through. Go to the north, then 20 beds, okay, blah blah blah. Corpses, okay. Then east, then north. West is the wrong solution. I think the first time I chose north, I'm not sure. Let's go to the east. I guess this is a correct solution, I'm not sure. I find myself in a great hall with only the sound of rain for comfort. The waterlogged red carpet squishes beneath my feet as I approach the center of the room. Once there, I behold a beautiful dining table upon which rests china and silver of the finest construction, as well as the remains of the fantastic feast. As my eyes continue to adjust, I see many chairs surrounding the table, each holding a diner guest. Noticing movement, I approach a chair at the table's head. But as the truth of the matter dawns on me, I recall in horror. The host of the feast is a corpse. Obviously, all of the people here are dead, as are all of the invited guests. An army of foul and wriggling insects have made homes in their remains, and this is the movement I saw. This once splendid feast was now nothing more than a requiem for the damned. I take a moment to steady my shaking hands, then slowly back away from the table. Wait a second. So I just closed my windows for a second, and desperate to lose sign of the abomination before me, my gaze lands on the chair upon which the dead were seated. This is a mistake, for the chairs prove to be even more terrible than the feast itself. Each one is covered in a layer of spikes that run from the seat, up the back and down the arms. Okay, so this is a torture chair. This explains the color of the carpet beneath my feet. Oh no, come on. I can only pray that the unfortunate diners were dead when the meal began. For if not, it is a simple task to envision the agonized scream that must have sprung forth from their mouth. My mind gulps, particularly at the possibility that these souls had committed some terrible crime for which this was punishment. Come on, what kind of fuck up dream is this again? Come on. So in In truth, I suspect they had committed no crime at all. Yeah, there would be no tomorrow for these unfortunate. This was their last supper. I squeezed down the dim north. Against all hope, we made it to the front door. Okay, so I guess we are done. Break it down, someone cries, and so I give myself to the effort. In tandem with Nowtfall and Grimoire Weiss, I slam my body against the thick, sturdy door. On the third try, it gives way, and we find ourselves sprawled on the ground outside the castle. The storm is in retreat. The clouds above are still dark and foreboding, but to the west I can see a thin shimmer of sunlight trying to break through. How can I thank you? I cry as tears join the rain of my cheeks. I would surely have died in there. Looking down, I suddenly notice that my dress is in tatters and sheepishly try to cover my exposed skin. Your dress? Asked Weiss. Then you are a woman, madam. I am. I proffered the two a smile. I suppose that comes as something as a surprise, seeing as how I exist only in the form of force. Well, yeah, that's true. Because I don't have some vision, it's just this, yes, I said a novel, basically. I can see that the one known as Nowtfall is disappointed that the Torm dress will be given no further description, but he hides it well. So I'm a pirate, okay. With a nod and a shrug, the three of us set forth to our awakening. But behind us, an awakening of another kind is taking place. Black smoke filled an abundant castle, providing the countless damned soul inside with their final shroud. After a moment, the castle's window shattered with a mighty roar. A fresh breeze blows through the hallway and corridors, clearing the smoke away for good. As we watch in awe, uncountable black shadows slowly flicker to life, crossing to and fro in front of the broken windows. The castle's staff have awakened to their new life as shades.
You have anything to say about that?
Yeah.
Hopefully there will be no labyrinth next time.
I hear that.
So.
Thank you so much for saving me.
Yeah, you're a girl. Yes, I can see.
I never want to have a dream like that again.
Yeah, I never want to go to this maze again. So, I guess this makes us two. Let me save. And then go to the next... oops, wrong button. I guess I have to save all the villagers, right? Which means this will take some time. I mean, how many villages are there? I still have to save. I mean, this is the major. This is the girl I just saved. I can collect these orbs. There's another guy here. And I guess that's it. Which means this is the last one. Okay. So let's just do this. This guy is the man. And I mean, I'm probably will do this two story as one part. I will see how long this takes. And if this takes too long, then I have to split it in two parts. Which is kind of a shame, because, well, then I don't really have a lot of other stories for this session.
And another victim. This work certainly is trying.
Yeah, but I guess I will also do this.
I figured a book like you would be into all this word stuff, Weiss.
Is this a cliché? I'm not sure.
Even I have my exceptions. Now let's be off.
Okay, then let's jump right into it. Into his dream. Colony. Call music. Ooh, that's good. A colony of massive sculptures was visible in the distance, their tall forms scraping against the sky. Weiss and Nowtfall had never seen such a sight. and their eyes widened as they tried to take it in.
Those buildings must be huge if we can see them from this far away.
Ah, thanks you for talking.
What do you think, Weiss?
As Weiss considered his answer, the sun beat down on them with renewed ferocity.
Perhaps they are some manner of mirage.
He said. Under this heat, can you speak again now? I don't want to do the whole narrator thing. Okay, here we go again. Under this heat, a mirage or two would hardly be an unexpected sight. Nightfall nodded and wiped the sweat off his brow, leaving a trail of sand in this place. He thought he would ever been so thirsty, and I think I have to voice over this music because I guess this is some copyrighted music, because this happened a lot during my Let's Play, that my videos got copyrighted because of the music. So we'll just talk over it, just like now. And with that, I will read again. The ancient road on which they walked was black and cracked with age. Here and there, thin wisps of grass pushed up through the rocky surface, as if defying those who had laid this material down over their home. The heat reflecting from the road made Nightfall light-heated. Oops. His feet hurting, he crouched down to rest. I don't know how much longer I can do this. Is someone playing a joke on us or what? The complaining had already begun. Weiss tried not to let his eye roll too much. A joke? He said. No joke. This road leads to the city of art. Perhaps the path itself is simply some manner of grand artistic work. You don't sound very sure of yourself there. Perhaps not, but thinking of it this way might make it easier to you to bear. Well, maybe. I mean, not for me, I'm still just reading some text on a black background. Nightfall glanced at Weiss' grinning face, shook his head, and resumed walking. As time passed, Nightfall's feet grew more painful and his throat drier than he thought possible. I mean, my throat is also dried because of the whole reading. He tried not to look further than the next step ahead, because the bright sunlight made him hesitant to trust his own senses. We are definitely getting closer, said Weiss in an effort to cheer his companion. Yes, this much is certain. Well, obviously, because we are not walking on circles. I hope not. Encouraged, Nightfall lifted his gaze. Suddenly, he stopped walking, choosing instead to stand in the middle of the road with his mouth and eyes wide open, and his finger pointing in the distance. Water, he cries. It's water. Water? Asked Weiss. Preposterous, I don't see any water. Fata Morgana, huh? Over there. Just ahead of us, look, the sun is reflecting off it. Without waiting for a response, Nightfall sprang to life and bounded toward the side. What in the... There was no water, there was nothing but sand in every direction. Nightfall closed his eyes and sighed as Weiss floated up behind him and chuckled softly. I believe this is known as a mirage, he said. Many of Desert Traveler has spoken of such things. Nightfall shook his head. Bewildered, suddenly he pointed off in the distance, his eye wide once more. Wait, there it is. I just missed it, look, it's right there. Probably not. Nightfall sprinted off again, leaving Weiss with no choice but to follow. After a few minutes of running, Nightfall came to a halt. I could have sworn it was right around here. Confused, he puts his hand up to his eyes and rubs them vigorously. As soon as he stopped, he noticed a blue shimmering pool of clear water just over the next rise. With a shout, he bounced off in search of it. The chase continues for nearly an hour until an exasperated Weiss finally floated up to Nightfall and struck him with the face with his cover. Enough! You blithering idiot, stop this at once. There is no water here. Nowtfall's face clouded. There isn't? There's not, and perhaps next time you will listen to me when I tell you as much. Weiss paused for a moment, then continued speaking in a slightly kinder tone. However, I suppose this mad chase was not altogether waste. It seems to have arrived in the City of Art. What's the City of Art? Nowtfall looked up. Stretched out before him was a row of impossibly tall sculptures. Their journey was at the end. They're huge, cries Nowtfall, but they're always crying. Completely forgetting the heat and the pain of the past few hours, I've never seen anything so big, the trustee said. Each sculpture was formed from roughly the same shape, a tall rectangle that stretched up toward the sky, but that is where the similarities end. Most were covered with panes of glass that reflected light in 1,000 directions, while others seemed to be nothing but frames of steel. Some had tall spires on their tops, while others possessed triangular caps. What kind of city is this? Said Nowtfall. Where are the people? Where are the houses? Perhaps the land is intended exclusively for artistic use. The debate continues as they made their way through the city. Miracles of artistry were everywhere. Great iron craters with wheels set silence on steel rails, beautifully carved works with lights of red, amber and green dangled over every street. As they moved away from the massive sculptures, they found a great array of smaller ones. Some were covered in glass or brick, but many were composed of materials they had never before encountered. The sheer variety of colors and styles was staggering. Unable to find a theme or purpose to the abstract works around them, Nowtfall and Weiss eventually fell silent. On the outskirts of the city, they discovered 3 sculptures in the shape of humans. Nowtfall uttered a sigh of relief as he approaches them. Finally, I was getting tired of modern art. The 3 statues were indistinguishable except for a single word chiseled into the right arm. One read alpha, one read beta, and the final one read gamma. As Nowtfall moved to touch the nearest statue, a bird flew from the top of one of the sculptures. Aligning on the statue's shoulder, it emitted a brief, beautiful song that took the form of words. Only one form is real, the other are false. Okay, so another puzzle, I guess. The real form will always speak the truth. The false one will only speak lies. With that, the bird departed as if one cue. The 3 statues shuddered to life, occurring colors and form as they began to breathe. Hey, look at that, said Nowtfall, they are alive. The triplets bowed low before Nowtfall. Please, said Alpha, you have to get me out of this nightmare, I'm real. Stop lying, said Beta. He turned to Nowtfall and threw his hand in the air. Alpha's fake, you know, I'm the real one. What a load of crap, said Gamma. Beta is fake. Everyone know I'm the only real one around here. I'm not sure, man. Their perspective, please given, the 3 statues returned to the frozen state as silence once again developed the city. Okay, one of them is say the truth and the other one tells lies. I mean, everyone knows I'm the only real one around here. This might be true, and Alpha is fake, you know. I mean, I don't know Alpha is fake, so it's probably a lie, I guess. You have to get me out of this nightmare. I'm real, which means it's either Alpha or Gamma, I guess. Everyone know I'm the real one, I am the only real one around here. I guess it is also fake because I don't know this, so I will choose Alpha, I guess. When you consider all of the statement, only one of them could be real thing, said Weiss. Nowtfall fruited with eyebrow and considered his answer. Only one form is real, the other are fake. The real form will always speak the truth, the false one only speak lies. I guess it's Alpha. The real one is Alpha. The eye of the statues show with an eerie light. The light grew stronger and stronger until Nowtfall and Weiss were forced to turn away. Yes, can you say something?
It would seem we failed.
Yeah,
We'd best act more carefully next time.
this is the worst job ever.
Okay, then
Another
let's do this.
victim.
I think
Even
I thought my way of thinking was correct, but maybe not. So let's just skip all of them because I don't want to read this again. Is there a skip button? I guess not, which means I just have to do button smashing until there. Yeah, this will take some time and I hope I don't die again. So I guess I have to choose. I don't have a clue. So with that, I'm here. I don't have a clue. I don't have a clue. Nowtfall took a long look at the statues and tried to clear his mind. On the outskirts of the city, they discovered 3 sculptures in the shape of human. Nowtfall uttered a sign of relief. Okay. Okay, will they say something else? I turned to Nowtfall and threw his hands in the air. Alpha is fake, you know. I'm the real one. A beta is fake. Ah, okay. I guess I have to do this. Okay, let's just assume that Alpha is fake. Alpha is real, which means that Beta is telling lies, which means Alpha is fake, which is true. But then Gamma must have to tell a lie too, which means he say Beta is fake, but Beta, then there will be some contradiction because Beta is actually fake, which means this is not the case. Okay, now it's interesting. Okay, if we consider Beta is fake, Beta say the truth, which means that Alpha is actually fake, that's correct. And Beta is fake, which is wrong because he's actually the real one, which means this sounds reasonable that Beta is the real person. And let's just the last scenario where Gamma is real. If Gamma is real, then he takes Beta is fake, which is the case. But Beta say Alpha is fake, but he has to lie, which means this doesn't make sense. Which means it concludes that Beta is actually the real person. Oh, this is some kind of logic puzzle. Yes. Which means the real one is Beta. The real one is Beta. Though Nowtfall voice betrayed a notable lack of confidence, he was relieved to see Weiss nodding at him. Well, I mean, if Weiss knows all the answers, why don't he solve all the puzzle, but I have to. If Alpha were telling the truth, began Weiss in a dry tone of lecture, Beta and Gamma would be fakes. But in this case... Oh, he's actually explaining why the solution, which is something nice to do. Because, well, I mean, now I actually know why I was correct or not. So I guess we'll just look at the... Wait a second, now I have some cable tangling around. Let me fix it really quick. So, So am I done? Now let's go back to the story. But in this case, Gamma claimed, and Beta and Gamma would be fake, but in that case, Gamma's claim that Beta is fake would be the truth, even though Gamma is a liar. Therefore, the theory crumbles. Now let us presume that Gamma spoke the truth. That makes Alpha and Beta liars. In this situation, however, Beta is calling Alpha a liar, which would leave us with two stagers telling the truth. Finally, let us assume that Beta is telling the truth. If so, Alpha and Gamma lies would make sense, therefore Beta must be real. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. As Weiss finishes explanation, Alpha and Gamma crumble soundlessly in the dust, while Beta sprang to life once more. Congratulations, villager, said Weiss in a cheerful voice. The time to awaking has arrived. Thank you for saving me, cries the villager. He dropped to his knees and bowed his head as low as it could go before an uncomfortable nowtfall pulled him to the feet. Why did you have a dream like that? Asked Weiss. Have you been to the city before? The villager slowly looked around at a bizarre object of sculpture that dotted the landscape, then shook his head. I don't think so. I mean, it's impossible, right? There's no way I could have ever been to a place like this. But at the same time, I feel like I've seen it before. Déjà vu, muttered Nowtfall, just like the Major. The vague sense of unease that struck Nowtfall during the Major's dream spread once more through his mind.
That was rough.
Yeah, it's just a lot of story, you know?
I am positive I have seen that place before.
Okay, that's enough. Don't need you getting all weird on me too. Okay, there. Now all the villagers can wake up, right?
Yes, if the mayor's assumption was correct. I think I have had enough wordplay to last a lifetime. Thank you very much.
You're telling me. Anyway, let's go see the mayor.
Okay.
I thought I was a goner there. Thanks for the help.
No
A
problem.
strange dream. It almost felt familiar somehow.
Don't creep me out, okay? There's still some mystery around I have to solve, I guess. Let me save first and then talk to the villager, to the mayor. And this took me almost 45 minutes. Thanks. As I said, I will just do a longer session, I guess, for today.
Oh, how wonderful. Thank you so much.
No problem. Actually, it was kind of a hassle. I don't want to do this ever again.
Here, I have something for you.
Okay. Obtain a one-handed sword, Faith.
Wow, this looks valuable. I can really have it?
Of course. It's apparently a weapon of some renown, but we have little use for it.
Okay.
Well, we appreciate it.
Thanks, man.
Thank you again for everything.
No problem, even though... Yeah. Yeah, let's just let it like this.
I simply cannot bear another of these infernal conversations. Let us save it for another time.
Talk. Ah, hello again. You know, I've been trying to figure out a way to thank you for saving me, and I think I've got it. We are going to put up a statue of you. It will be 10 feet high and made of pure gold. Oh, and I know you don't own a horse, but I think we'll put you on one anyway. Horses just make people look more heroic, you know? How's that? You don't want a statue? Oh, I thought you would really enjoy it. Regardless, thanks to your tireless effort, our village is at safe once more and at peace. Ha ha ha, that's a little agriculture joke right there. Anyway, I've been thinking about other things besides bad jokes and statues. I've also considered we need to start holding the village festival again. Maybe I shouldn't have done this, now I have to read this story. We used to have it every year, but the last mayor thought it was old-fashioned and something, and he killed it. But since I'm the mayor, I can start it up again. That's not abusing my power or anything, is it? What's that? You want to hear about the festival? Not really. The official name of the feast of the 3 days, we call it that because everyone sits around a huge table and eats for 3 days straight. No sleeping allowed. That's kind of a strange feast. I don't want to join this. Yeah, join this. And we hold it on the foggiest day of the year, so it's hard to tell what you're eating. Okay, that's turning even stranger. Some of the dishes are delicious, but some are really rare and, well, there's some weird stuff in them. Let's leave it at that. Anyway, you would be pretty surprised that you can eat when you haven't slept for a couple of days. I will make sure that the room is prepared for you so you can be the guest of on. What? You can't come? You have to wash your hair? Oh, alright. Well, I guess that's understandable with the adventuring and all. Truthfully, I think this town needs more group bonding activities like this. It will help us get to know each other and also promote unity in times of crisis and so forth. Weiss coughed loudly. How much longer must we bear the insufferable flapping of this fool scum? He whispered to nowtfall. Ah, let him talk. He just woke up. He probably has a lot she wants to say. Weiss sighed. This must what popular mean by bright and talkative. Okay, let's check. Oops, this is the wrong button. Let's check the weapons I get from him. What is this one here? No, it was Faith, right? Ah, this is actually a better weapon. Equip. And then obviously I have to change the word. Faith. I don't know, man. This weapon looks kind of familiar. I'm not sure. At least it's kind of cool and cooler than the circle one I had. Let's save. Let's see if he have something else to talk. As I said, I will do this part longer anyway, so I could extend it to the maximum. Okay, so all of them have something to talk.
I simply cannot bear another of these.
Yeah, you know what? I will just do this.
I simply cannot
talk. Yeah, I guess this will be a 1 hour session, 1 hour part. Sorry for that. And this is basically just story time. Oh, it's you. Can I talk to you for a minute? Here, over here. These are my neighbors. I was just telling them about the dream I had. You know, the one you rescued me from? I mean, why can't you just tell me that instead of in a novel form? Don't believe me, they said I'm making the whole thing up. Who could invent something like that? I remember the darkness, I remember the screams. Listen, you have to back me up there, here. They think I'm crazy, they need to understand. Tell them how you pulled me out of the cell and there was water everywhere and how it was rising so quickly. Part of me was convinced you had to rescue me only to let me drown, you know. I don't want to drown. People talk about how it's peaceful, but I think they are lying. Well, drowning is not really something I will enjoy, that's for sure. And tell them about the bodies. The bodies. Oh gods, there were so many of them. There were the room with the beds and the corpses, like pieces of charcoal. I keep thinking about the fire and how hot it must have been, but then I don't want to remember it anymore, so I think about the wine, which is just blood. Only it wasn't wine, it was blood, and it was still warm. I mean, I experiment the whole story with you, you don't have to tell me every details. Sometimes I can still smell it. I'll be eating a piece of pie or something, and all I can smell is that warm blood mixing with the rising water. It's hard to eat now. When I see the table, I think about the feast. As I say, you don't have to tell everything about. the dream again. I was literally in the dream. And I guess and how the carpet squished beneath my feet when I walked. I don't know, it's weird. The picture or maybe the words, I keep wondering if they knew they were going to die or how they could sit still knowing that each stroke of the brush is a step closer to death. I think about stuff like that a lot now. Actually, I have a hard time thinking about anything else. I don't sleep much, sleep is hard, and I see such terrible things when I close my eyes. Anyway, I was hoping you could tell my neighbors so they would... Huh? Where did they go? They left a while ago and said nowtfall quietly. Obviously, this is a very long story. Doubtless they find your dream a bit disturbing, said Weiss. Perhaps you could find something else to talk about with them, such as the weather or kittens. Ah, kittens. The villagers smiled softly at nowtfall, but the smile soon faded from her face. As the two of them slowly backed away, they could see tears beginning to fall from the corners of her eyes. Aw man, don't do this.
I simply cannot...
Then let's talk to him, the last one.
I simply cannot...
And with that, I guess it will be the last. Oh, hey, it's you. The guy who saved me from that crazy city. It's great to talk to you again. You are my hero, you know that? Oh, come on, don't be silly. It's alright. The mayor even said we are going to build you a statue and everything. I hear you have been traveling the world. Good for you. Travel is the key to happiness. You know, getting out in the world, meeting your fellow humans face to face. It really changed the way you see things. I think change like that will be vital in the new world that's coming. How's that? Me? No, I've never traveled. Never left this village, to tell you the truth. Still, I would like to get out someday. I think our world is dying. Seriously, think about it. Well, it actually is, I think. You've got the Black Scrawl, the Chase, the mysterious illness, like the death dream. It's like something is trying to give us a warning. Well, I mean, I played NieR Automata, so I kind of know what will happen. In fact, I'm sure this is a warning. We need to change our way before it's too late. I would like to help change the world, but I'm just a simple villager, not like you guys who are on the front line of everything, rushing in with sword and magic spell and stuff like that. Hey, I know, maybe we can join forces and change the world together. I mean, with your experiments and talents and my whatever I have. Anyway, I think we could really make a difference. This world needs a leader, someone who can unite the people in common purpose. He'd probably have to be kind and tough, tough too. I mean, this isn't a world that appreciates calm discussion, you know? He'd also need to be smart and have the ability to look down the road and think about what's best for the future. I bet you would be perfect. What shall I say? Huh? You think I should do this? Oh no, no, that's not, I mean, thanks and everything, but no thanks. I'm not a public limelight kind of guy. I would rather hang around the background and help from there, you know, like advisor or puppet master or whatever they're called. Actually, I think I would be pretty good at that. Nowtfall and Weiss left before the villager could hand them a copy of his pamphlet, 10 Simple Ways to Save the World. As they walked, Weiss pondered openly about the man. I suppose he's what they call an armchair general?
I simply can...
Okay, I guess with that I have talked with all of them, and I guess the mayor don't have anything to say anymore. With that, I can actually leave the village. Finally.